This program is brought to you by Sirius Texas Barbecue. We take our meat seriously.
Trail closures to protect winter habitat for deer, elk, and other wildlife begin on Friday, December 1st, and if you violate those restrictions, you could be charged with a hefty fine. The closures remain in effect until April 15th. Each year, the Bureau of Land Management, Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and the City of Durango work together to protect winter habitat. Even with the nice weather, wildlife still need the isolation to stay alive through the winter.
These animals have been fueling up, and it's kind of like when you go on a road trip with your car, you fuel up your gas tank. And then as you drive, obviously, you're using your gas up, and eventually you'll have to refill that gas tank or else your car dies. Same thing with these animals. They've been out there, they've been fueling up, they've been filling their gas tanks through the summertime. But now with the winter setting on, the food that they're eating isn't as nutritional. They're burning more than they're taking in. So it's the same thing, they're burning through their gas, and they can't fill up again until next May. So it's really important that they use that fuel to keep them alive. And any type of disturbance, it's kind of like you stepping on your gas and flooring it. You're going to burn through more energy. The same with the animals. When they get disturbed, somebody walks by, they stand up, they look around, they might walk a few feet, that they're burning more energy.
Weinmeister says that individuals are often tempted to violate the closures because they think they alone won't have an impact on wildlife, but even one person can stress animals trying to conserve as much energy as they can.
You go by, the animal lifts up their head, they look around, they walk off, then they go back to feeding, and then somebody else walks by and they do that. And it's that cumulative effect that starts wearing them down. And dogs are an important issue too, because dogs, it's almost like drag weight racing. The animals are a lot more alert. They view those as a bigger threat, whether they're on a leash or worse even if they're off a leash running around free. And they really burn through the energy then. So it's really a cumulative through the winter time. And then you also have snow makes an impact as well as cold temperatures, trying to stay warm. If there's some disease that the herd has or that animal has, it's fighting that disease as well. So it's all cumulative.
The CPW and BLM will be sending officers into closed areas this winter to ticket violators. Fines range from $60 for a CPW violation and a fine of $250 or more for BLM violation of a closure. Repeat offenders could face jail time. Closures include trails in the Grandview Ridge area, upper trails on Animas Mountain, upper trails in the Twin Buttes area, Bodo State Wildlife Area, and Perrins Peak. Popular trails that will remain open include Horse Gulch, Kreitz Connect and Skyline areas, Lower Twin Buttes trails, Dalla Mountain Park over in Mountain Park and Fort Lewis College, the Colorado Trail, and lower trails on Animas Mountain. Trails 2000 keeps a list and maps of all winter closures at trails2000.org.